Hmm. Yeah. BLUMHOUSE'S Truth or Dare, often known as just Truth or Dare. I'm going to stick with BLUMHOUSE'S Truth or Dare because I imagine if I put that in the title description, it'll make it a little easier to find in terms of reviews on YouTube. But anyway, the movie follows a bunch of college students who are on their last spring break before they all go out to the real world. They go to Mexico, and then they get roped in by some stranger, takes them to a church, and invites them to play a game of Truth or Dare. But the game is real, and suddenly this weird spirit starts going around, making everyone involved in the game tell horrible truths or do dares, and if they lie, they die. If they don't do the dare, they die. If they refuse to play, then they die. So our main characters try to figure out how exactly to stop this evil and keep everyone from being dead. So as the title suggests, this is being produced by Blumhouse, which has a reputation for being a very cheap production company. Some say cheap, some say they manage their budgets well. I'm kind of back and forth with that. I was incredibly surprised by Get Out last year. I think everyone was. And I was even surprised by Happy Death Day, which was definitely more comedic than I thought it was going to be and a lot smarter than I thought it was going to be. So there's always the chance that this could have been good, right? Oh, if only that were true. This is bullshit right here. This is pretty much your standard slasher movie with a supernatural being going around, forcing people to kind of kill themselves. Obviously, you got the college students who drink, fuck, do stupid things, and some of the characters range from either dull to the point where you actually forget about them, unlikable, where when they die you actually feel happy, or just downright wasted, where they give some little plot details about their backstory or give them a little defining characteristic, but then they just completely ignore it and go back to the spirit that's haunting this game of Truth or Dare. Which, by the way, makes absolutely no goddamn sense. They kind of make up the rules as they go along, because when I saw the trailers and thought of the concept a little bit, I said to myself, well, always pick truth. I mean, sometimes handling the truth is very difficult, but at the very least, you won't be dared to do something that'll kill you. The less dumb shit you do through a dare, the better off you'll be. But there's a point through the movie they go, that's not how the game's played. And then they keep making up shit to this game as it goes along. And there are just a lot of situations where the characters just hate each other, they like each other. There's just so much back and forth, especially between the main girl and her best friend. Which, by the way, the main girl, am I the only one on this? Doesn't she look like a mix of Anne Hathaway and Rachel Weisz? It's almost like Jason Blum wanted to get either of those actresses, but obviously he didn't have the budget for it, so they just decided to find someone who looks like a good combination of the two. But anyway, the characters didn't do it for me, and the actors aren't all that great. But most of the movie is just kind of meh. I didn't really feel much anger for this movie. It was just kind of going through the motions. I didn't care what was going on. It had some unintentionally funny moments here and there, mainly when characters that I didn't give a shit about, the unlikable ones, were killed off. But overall, it was just kind of a meh experience. Until the ending. Oh man. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to give my rating right now, and then I'm going to spoil the ending. So technically, the review's kind of over. Don't waste your money on this at all. The rest of the movie is just meh, and I would have said, well, watch at your own risk, I guess. But after that ending, if you don't want to be spoiled by the ending, then tune out right now. The review's over. But for those who stuck around or don't care about this movie, the ending is one of these things that's so bad, it should be displayed in the Hollywood Hall of Shame as never do this again. It should be in the ranks of something like Battlefield Earth, Roland Emmerich's Godzilla, Showgirls, the ending to that Robert Pattinson movie, Remember Me. So basically, the main characters find out that the game is cursed, and they figure out a way how to stop the curse. They go back to the church, they grab the guy who roped them into this mess, tell him to recite these lines and cut out his tongue, so that way he can be a sacrifice and stop the curse. But this guy's killed because one of the other friends was dared to kill the guy, and so there's no way to stop the game. The game is ongoing because they had a choice between either kill the guy who roped them into this or bring in more players for the game. So what does the main character do? She gets out her cell phone, goes on YouTube Live, because it's established early on that she does YouTube live streams. But anyway, she's live on YouTube, tells her entire audience about the game, what happened, and ultimately she infects her entire audience. One of her audience members gets that stupid grin. I can't do it well. Nobody can do it well. But anyway, one of her audience members gets that stupid grin, looks at her friend next to her, cuts to black, and then credits. And as soon as that rolled up, I was like, boo! Boo! You gotta be fucking kidding me! So that ending was just enough for me to go, oh no, fuck this movie. I don't even know if this ending could be classified as bold or just downright stupid. Make your own judgment. But yeah, those are my overall thoughts on Truth or Dare. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below and tell me what your thoughts are on the movie, if and when you've seen it. And if you've seen it, what are your thoughts on that ending? And as always, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one.